Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I haven't seen you guys, and the reason why you guys haven't seen me posting videos and stuff is because I'm expecting babies. Not just one, but I'm expecting twins, two girls. For some of you that follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, you should know that I'm expecting two girls, twins, and this video been long overdue. So I'm here to tell you guys about my twins and to try to break some stuff down, because I usually blog, but it's been a while since February. I haven't blogged yet because of my pregnancy, and I have the time today, so I decided to let you guys know about this. I miss my YouTube family. As for some of you guys that's on my Facebook, you follow me, you know I'm pregnant. On Instagram, you know I'm pregnant. But for my YouTube family, some of you guys that don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you don't know about this pregnancy. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about my pregnancy. You guys know I'm from Liberia, West Africa, and my people have this thing they do called gossip. I don't know if it happens in the Black American or the white community a lot. I know people talk, but for people from my country or from Africa, they talk stuff that's not true. They just hear story and they talk about it. So I'm just here to try to clear the air, because there's rumors going around that I spent $20,000 to do an implant to get my twins, that my fiance cannot have kids on his own. That's why we spent $20,000 to do an implant. So I'm only here to just clear the air. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to prove something to people, but I'm just here to tell people that's talking, you guys should think before you talk, because it makes no sense. You know, like it makes no sense. This guy and I have a daughter, and then we're about to have these twins, and my twins is a blessing from God, and I'm so happy that he blessed my life with these children. Although I've been going through some up and downs with them, but the Almighty Jehovah is still taking me, which of course I'm happy about. So if you cannot pray for me, don't bring me down. If you don't have nothing to say, just keep it moving. Let's go into the story. Let me explain the story to you guys. So this video is past overdue, but I just been going through a lot, like in and out of the hospital. I haven't had the time to record this video. As you guys can see right now, I'm in the hospital, so, and I don't have no one around me. There's nothing doing, so I was like, you know what, let me record this video. Okay, so all of this began March 19, when I got sick. At that time, the coronavirus just started. So I told my fiance, I was like, I need to take a pregnancy test, because I'm having these symptoms that I want to know if I'm pregnant or if I should go to the hospital to get tested for the virus. So we went to Walgreens, got the pregnancy test, and I took the test, and this was the answer. So everybody, you just saw the test. It came back I was pregnant. But because of the coronavirus. I was so scared. I was afraid to go to any hospital. So I called my OBG and I told her, I think I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh, if you are pregnant, you have to come in. So I was like, okay. But they made an appointment for me to go in the next day. I didn't go because I was so afraid of this whole coronavirus. At that time, was in the heat of it. Things was really bad. The state was shut down and everything like that. So at that time, I was afraid to go in. So like after March, April, in April, I called to reschedule another appointment. So when I went in April, and I had to see family planning that morning. I went there. She was like, when was the last time you seen your period? I said March 13. So she estimated that the baby was going to be due November. If I see my period March 13, so the end of November into December, that's when the baby, that's supposed to be the baby due date. So I was like, oh, okay. So I had a doctor appointment to see my OBG. She did the family planning, did the test, everything, and she was like, oh yes, you are pregnant. So I had an appointment that seemed like in a couple of minutes to see my OBG. So I got sent to see my OBG. And after the OBG, I was supposed to have an ultrasound. So when I went to see my OBG, she was like, oh, our ultrasound tech is not here today. She said due to the virus, she's not here today, but I'm going to look and see. So I was like, okay. So I lied there and she brought the ultrasound machine and she put it on my belly. When she put the machine on my belly, she screamed. Like, so I was like, why are you screaming? Don't tell me it's two. She's like, yes, I see two heads. I see two babies. So I was like, But before then, my fiance kept saying, it's twins, because I was sick for a really long time. And whenever I'm pregnant for my kids, I don't really get sick like that. So he kept saying, this is like two baby sickness, double up on you. So when I went to the hospital and she did that and she said, oh, I see two babies. So she was like, you know what? There's different kind of twins. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you to the Beacon ultrasound section so they can check and tell us what kind of twins you having. So I was like, okay. So they made an appointment for the next week. I went to the Women and Infant Hospital, to the ultrasound center, and then I did the ultrasound. And then after the ultrasound, the doctor came in. He was like, you are not going to go back to your clinic. We are going to transfer you to the high risk clinic. So I was like, why? So the doctor was like, you are having identical twins and they are in the same site. They share one placenta and but they have separate cores. And what make you high risk is because these kids can probably, the core can probably wrap against each other and you can probably lose one of your kids. How do they call it? The kind of twins, I think men of theft. I don't know, I should lie. I'll put the name down below. So I was like, okay. So they scheduled me to see the high risk doctors. So I went to that appointment. But before I went to the appointment, I went home and then I watched videos on Google about it, and it was so scary. So I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? So I was scared. So until I went to see the high risk OBG. When I got there, she was so nice. I met one of them. Mind you, at that high risk clinic, they have a lot of OBG you will meet. They're not like just stable But the one I met the first time, she was so nice. She explained to me. She said it's gonna be a lot of in and out of the hospital. We need to see you often. We need to do a lot of monitoring. We need to do a lot of ultrasound. And since April, I've been on this. But when I went to my second ultrasound to measure the babies, like the ones that took 4 hours, because it's like, no, 2 hours, because it's like 1 hour on one baby. The babies measure different. It measured that I've been pregnant since January, so I was having my period all the time. I was seeing my period and I was pregnant. But it happens anyways. It happened to me for my son, so I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm used to that. So so she was nice. She talked to me, the OB, she talked to me. And since then, I've been going to the hospital. When I reached 24 weeks, they was like, it's time for you to do the monitoring. And the monitoring is like 5 hours a day, or depends how they behave when you come. Sometimes when I get there and they are on the best behavior, it's like only 20 minutes and I leave. Sometimes I take forever. Sometimes I get sent to the emergency room. Sometimes I get admitted. Like this time, there will be more story on the delivery of these children. Stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell if you haven't hit it yet. If I have the time, I will go into detail and explain more story. But God had already blessed me. He have showered my life with blessing, and I don't know how to thank Him. I don't know how to say it. For friends that have been by my side, I want to say thank you. Like right now, I'm in the hospital. Sometimes I'll come to the hospital, stay 2-3 days, and then they will allow me to leave just to monitor them, and then they will allow me to leave. But it's been a journey, and I'm making another video for the delivery process, because I think I'm there. That's why I'm in the hospital right now. And I'm gonna put this video up first before I post the delivery process. Okay, so I'm gonna use this video to say thank you and say God love you. Until then, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.
Hey, your word. Hey, so what kind of guy you are? You are.